This CNN podcast is brought to you by Johnson & Johnson. At Johnson & Johnson, we believe nursing is the essence of caring.
Welcome to CNN's News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and if you watched last week's episode, God bless you, you'll remember that we dedicated the entire show to cats. Well, just to even things out, this week we're dedicating the entire episode to dogs. And we start with one pooch who clearly doesn't realize that America is in the midst of a financial crisis. This is Augie, and this is the remains of $400 cash that he decided to eat.
Went to pick up the kids at school and was gonna go to the bank and could not find the cash at all.
And it didn't take long for her to figure out that her hard-earned overtime money was slowly digesting inside the dog, which can only mean one thing.
Augie and I went for a long walk just to see. So sure enough, his second deposit was, we hit gold.
So she went home and hosed off what amounted to about $60. A nice start, but there was more to find.
And we were just so ecstatic every time he had to poop.
I get that a lot. Gentlemen, I will be right back.
Yeah, Jared, go get him. Woo! Your man, Jared. Focus. Yeah. Bring it too long, Jared.
You go get him.
That guy's a real deal.
Something else.
The family managed to collect most of the money, which they hope to have reimbursed by the Treasury Department, which means that some poor money counter is about to have a really, really bad day. Now, there's a pretty good chance that Augie has no idea how much money he actually ate. Of course not, you say. He's a dog. Well, according to one big math nerd in Beloit, Wisconsin, dogs might actually know more math than we think. This is Hope College professor Dr. Tim Pennings, who noticed something when he played fetch with his dog Elvis on the beach. He'd throw the ball in the water and then watch his pup run along the sand until he absolutely, positively had to dive in.
He has to find the minimum amount of time it takes him to get to the ball. And when he did that, it reminded me of problems that I would always do in calculus, where I had a similar situation, and when I found the solution, it was exactly the same path that he took.
And so Dr. Pennings shared his findings with the world, making Elvis a bit of an international math wonder dog.
When I realized how close he was coming to the optimal solution, that was quite a surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be so good.
But Elvis, well, he knew what he was doing. Naturally, students are enjoying their new in-house canine math celebrity. Just ask Trey Anastasio's estranged love child.
It sometimes seems like a boring subject, but when you have a dog like Elvis, it can really kind of bring some light to it.
And aside from just being a celebrity, he's also an inspiration.
I'm gonna have to go and actually do my calculus now.
Finally, we end with the story of a thieving dog in Murray, Utah, who might actually be even smarter than Elvis, and definitely more sinister. But now, she's making amends for her evil ways. This is Akira, an 11-year-old Siberian Husky. And this is Akira, an 11-year-old Siberian Husky, shoplifting from a Smith's grocery store.
Yeah, there's no question. That looks exactly like the dog.
Yes, that's the dog.
Yes, that's the dog. Yeah, it's my dog.
It turns out that back in December, Akira made one incredible journey to steal a rawhide bone. Except this one wasn't 300 miles through the Canadian wilderness with a Siamese cat. No, this journey actually started here, at home, and went 5.9 miles to the grocery store and then 5.9 miles back to home. A nearly 12-mile round trip.
she's a roamer. She likes to get out and roam, and nothing will keep her inside.
So recently, Akira's humans brought her back to the scene of the crime to face the Muzak. But first, they let her loose for old time's sake. And amazingly, she went right for aisle 16, where lazy people buy their pet food. Naturally, she picked out another rawhide. Before leaving, Akira's humans paid for both the new bone and the stolen bone. Well, that's all for this edition of News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and gentlemen, I will be right back. Wish me luck. I poop. I will have to perform surgery. Ooh.